Hey everybody, I'm Mama Baird and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I received from my local food bank. Now, I recently just moved to a different community and this is the first time that I had gone to this food bank. If you're new to my channel, I have gone to the food bank before in Missoula, Montana, but since moving, I've been going through my pantry and discovering what I have a lot of, but there's still some holes that need to be filled. And going to my local food bank really helps me be able to stock my pantry without worrying about how much it's going to cost or taking the funds away from the family in another way. So if you're struggling and worried about food, please consider going to your local food bank. I do have some resources listed down below if you need a place to start. All right, so let's go through my food bank and I'll show you what's a little bit different about this one. All right, we're gonna go through the cans. I was able to get 4 soups and I didn't want chicken, noodle, or vegetable. They had 4 choices. So I got 2 tomato and 2 cream of mushroom. And then beans, I said I would like either black beans or refried beans, and they gave me 2 black beans and 1 refried because I definitely need more black beans, but I have a lot of the other ones. And then vegetables, I just said no corn or green beans because I have way too much of that. So they gave me a big can of Veggie-All, which I use consistently, so I'm so happy to get that. And then a can of sweet peas. And then a can of fruit cocktail, applesauce, peaches, and pears, which the kids will eat. I'm always needing more fruit to stock up on. And then I was able to pick out 3 cereals, and they had these 3 plus a couple others. And we don't hardly ever get Cocoa Puffs. So I got the kids that. And then Betty Jan really likes the Honey Bunches, so I got that and some Frosted Mini Wheats. They also gave us 2 rolls of toilet paper, 3 little things of applesauce, and then they had like a mystery area that just had a bunch of like random stuff, and I picked out the cookies. Sorry, craving some Oreo cookies, what can I say? And then 2 things of pistachio sugar-free pudding, butterscotch chips, 2 loaves of wheat bread. I got 3 things of mac and cheese, 2 boxes of pancake mix, as well as 2 things of pancake syrup, so that's kind of cool. And then there was things that you could, that they have bagged up. The choice was between almonds, raisins, and walnuts, so I chose walnuts. And then this is coffee, but they also had decaf, tea, stuff like that, so I obviously chose the coffee. And then flour and sugar. And then you could pick through whatever, they'd let you pick whatever juice they had right there. So I picked the grape juice. Then we got 2 things of saltine, a thing of peanut butter. She said I had a big one. Would I like it? I'm like, yeah. So we got a big thing of chunky peanut butter, as well as a squeezable thing of strawberry jam. A huge can of pork and beans. Like, that thing's huge. And then we choose pasta sauce or any kind of tomatoes. I have a lot of tomato sauce and diced tomatoes and such, so I just chose regular pasta sauce. And then they threw in a can of olives, which they're extra large, so that means we can actually put them on our fingers. And then some ramen noodles. I got 4 packages of each flavor. Then they picked out some kind of hygiene item, so they picked out this body wash, and it looks good to me. 2 bars of homemade soap. We got 5 toothbrushes and a thing of toothpaste. And then I got a bag of pasta. You could pick pasta or rice. And I have a lot of rice, so I chose pasta and said I wasn't picky, so they threw in this rigatoni. All right, so let me get this swapped out and I'll show you what else I got. Alrighty, for the fruits and veggies, I got 5 beautiful things of corn, ears of corn, 1 carrot, a couple of tomatoes. Look at this beautiful one. I'm going to kind of cut this part out and then slice this. This is going to be great on a sandwich. A fresh onion. We got 5 apples, a bunch of fresh mint, a turnip, which this will be my first time cooking a turnip. So if you have any good turnip tricks, please let me know in the comments below. 1 zucchini. This is beautiful. 2 cucumbers. We got 1 thing of bread. I chose hot dog buns. We got dog food, cat food. And for a sweet treat, I picked out this crushed orange cake. This looks so good. All right, now that we have the veggies and the sweets shown, let me show you what cold things I received. All right, now for the cold items, I got 2 half gallons of 2% milk. And they had a half gallon of half and half. I was like, can I have that half and half? They were like, yeah. This is one of the things that I buy the most of when I go grocery shopping. So the fact that I was able to pick it up at the food bank helps so much, including yogurts. We are constantly buying yogurt, and she said a lot of people didn't want yogurt. I was like, well, my kids love it. So she gave us 6, 2 for each kid. And then for the meats, they had pork, beef, chicken, and sausage were your choices. You get 4. So I could have gotten 1 of each or 4 of one. I picked chicken and sausage. So they gave me 2 of these boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So I got 2 of those. And then I did get 2 things of this pork chorizo as well. I currently am thawing one. That's why it's not here. And then I had this Buffalo Ranch Monterey Jack. This cheese looks so good. They had a choice between this or shredded Colby Jack. So I got that. Then I got one thing of butter, whipped salted butter. Looks good. They had some of these, so she asked if I'd want one. I was like, sure. Plant-based baconless bacon bits. I'm sure we can use them for something. And then we were able to pick out from a cold juice, and they have this orange strawberry banana. I think that looked really good. So I grabbed that. And that's the cold items I received. Now, I know I have mentioned in my past videos that I'm going to try and go to the food bank less or not at all, but once I got everything moved over here and I've realized where the gaps are in my pantry, and honestly, a lot of you guys have commented that I shouldn't stop going, I shouldn't be eating everything from my pantry, I didn't need to keep it stocked up, and you reminded me of the reasons why I go to the food bank and why it helps me so much. So I am going to be going, especially since this is once a month. So this is what I got, and I am quite impressed with this new food bank. What do you guys think? I got quite a bit of food. So this is going to help so much, being able to help feed my family, not only for this week, but for the months to come. Now, one thing I love doing is cooking with some of the food that I received from the food bank. So let me get all this put up. I am going to be using chorizo. It's going to be my main protein. Do you guys know what chorizo is? No? Well, let me tell you a couple of facts about it. Chorizo is a specific type of heavily seasoned pork sausage. It's usually a vibrant reddish-orange color from all the seasoning. But not all chorizo is the same. If you're making a recipe that calls for it, you need to know about Mexican versus Spanish chorizo, so you can pick the right one that's right for your recipe. They're both great, but they're not interchangeable. Sausage in its simplest form is typically made up of ground or chopped meat like pork, beef, or chicken, with plenty of spices and seasonings added in for extra flavor. It can be stuffed into casings to make links or cooked like ground meat. And it comes in several forms. Mexican chorizo is generally a fresh sausage and is used cooked like ground meat or other sausage, whereas Spanish chorizo is dried cured sausage with a completely different texture. So it's one that's ready to eat and you don't need to cook. So today we are going to be cooking with the Mexican version where it has to be cooked and it's used like ground beef. It is really so delicious, and I just said sausage, so the fact that it was chorizo, I'm super excited about. So let me get this all packed up, and then we will come up with something to make with that pounded chorizo. So hang tight. Hey everybody, good morning. I decided that we are going to be making some chorizo breakfast burritos. I have some southern style hash browns here that I got for $2 at Super One when they were having a sale. The rooster says good morning, by the way. I have the chorizo here. Now this is the Mexican chorizo, so this is raw, and we are going to be cooking it just like ground beef, and we are going to crumble it as a meat in the burrito. Now, you could also mix it with the eggs. That's what my mom used to do. She used to get the tubes of chorizo, though, and those kind of disintegrate and kind of turns more into a liquid. It's really weird. Versus this crumbles solid and makes kind of like ground beef. It makes textured. And then you have the cured one, which is already ready to go and you just slice. But we're using the raw one. I'm also going to be putting the cheese that we got on here, the Buffalo Ranch Monterey Jack. Doesn't that sound good? So we're going to put that on there, and then I have 6 eggs for my chickens with a little bit of water in there, and we're going to scramble those up, and then some tortillas. So first thing I'm going to do, get my hash browns in the air fryer. I'm going to air fry these for 10 minutes and then we'll check them. Let's get our skillet on next, right here. I'm still kind of getting used to this stove. They have a big one on this side. You guys have a certain burner that you use? No one told you that was part of an adult, was having a favorite burner. Mine's usually this corner burner is my favorite, but it's smaller. So I might have to use this one because I like the bigger surface. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I just moved, so I'm still trying to figure everything out. Let's go ahead and put our chorizo in there. And then I just have this I have this pretty high. Let's give our eggs a scramble. Now the reason that I put the water in the eggs, because as it cooks, the water evaporates, which makes steam, which makes your eggs super fluffy. So I like to do that. I used to add milk, and then one of you guys actually let me know that water works actually better, and you're so right. I'm glad I gave that a try. Other people say they put vinegar in their eggs. I haven't tried that yet. Do you guys have anything unique that you put in your scrambled eggs? Look at that beautiful yellow color. Okay. All right, eggs done. Let me put my hash browns back up. I'm going to use the same pan that the chorizo is cooking on to cook the eggs. So this is good to go for now. That's searing, getting ready to go. Let's cut this open, give it a try. Buffalo ranch cheese. Oh, that sounds good. Ooh. If I were to eat one thing for the rest of my life, and I can only eat one thing, it would be buffalo hot wings and ranch. Oh, I love it so much. Anytime I go out, I'm always like, I'm going to get something new. If they have wings, I'm like, I'll get the wings. I got to try the wings. Not all the wings are the same everywhere. So when I saw this buffalo, I wanted to give it a try, buffalo cheese. Spiciness comes at the end. Woo, that's spicy. Definitely spicier than pepper jack. I don't taste any ranch. I just taste spice. Oh, it's good though. Ooh, that is definitely spicy though. A 1-inch cube is 1 serving size. All right. So we're gonna shred this. Crumble this up some more. I definitely want to try making homemade chorizo sometime. Have any of you guys done that before? I buy it all the time and I love it, but I would love to try it homemade. So if you have any tips and tricks about making your homemade chorizo, please let me know. Or if you have experience with chorizo and you know a good way to cook it or use it, we would love to hear your tips and tricks. Alright, it's starting to get brown, but we want it to be browned. Like we want the caramelized, crispy edge. So even though the color is all gone, so it's cooked, we're going to let it get that sear a little more. Kind of going to sear it in its own fat. Alright, I got some of the cheese shaved. I don't have my grater here. It's at the other house. I haven't moved it over yet. So I just kind of used a KitchenAid mixer grater because I didn't want to get the KitchenAid out. So anyway. We made it work. We made it work. That's what we did. Ouch. Alright, you see that? Can you see the little brown crispy bits there? That's what we're talking about. Alright, while that sears a little more, we're going to get a paper towel and a bowl. And now there's not much grease left, which is okay. And then the towel will absorb some of it as well. Now some of this, we're not going to use all of this. So we'll have this extra to use for another meal. This would make great for a pasta dish as well. Like the rigatoni we got, we could cook that, have some mushrooms, have this sausage, and then make like a garlic parmesan sauce for it. That would be good. So it's not really a creamy pasta, but more of a buttery pasta, you know, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. I'm going to use a different spatula for these eggs, though. I'm just going to pull them forward. A little bit of salt, pepper, turn it down to medium, Now you could have kept the chorizo in this pan and just added the eggs and mixed it all up so it would be eggs and chorizo mixed together. That would be a good thing to do as well. But I made more chorizo than I'm going to use. I could have also just pulled out some of it and then left some in. You could do that too. So whatever your plans are. But I know I'm not going to use all this chorizo right now. Especially this is going to be spicy. So this would just be for husband and I. I'll try to have the kids try it, but that cheese is pretty spicy. That's the spicy cheese. Alright, these are done. Give them a flip. I don't like my eggs too overcooked. So that looks pretty good. Pull them off. Yeah. Alright. Now, tortillas. I'm just going to kind of use the burner that I just had because it's still hot. There we go. Let's put some of our cheese. Oh, you know what would be good in here would be beans too. That would probably help calm down the spiciness of the chorizo and the cheese. Alright, we'll do a plop of egg in there. And there we go. Let's give them a try. I'm going to go ahead and put sour cream on them because I'm sure it's going to need it. It's spicy. I love sour cream too. See, as I have a giant jug of it. Alright. Could kind of make like a little burrito of it. Look pretty good. You can put the cheese on top of the eggs too if you want them to melt more. I'm definitely glad I added sour cream. That cheese is spicy. I'm thinking it's spicier than the chorizo. If you've never tried chorizo, guys, please go give it a try. Well, guys, that was super delicious. I'm going to go finish it up. Thank you so much for watching and seeing what I picked up at my local food bank. Once again, if you are struggling with food, please consider going to your local food bank. I will have resources listed down below if you need a place to start. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll catch you next time on Mama Beards.